Hi, I'm Kara, and you know what I really hate? When people use words in the wrong context. So, say for example the word postmodernism. Someone will say, oh, you have a very postmodern hairstyle, or that furniture is very postmodern. But really they're not using the word in the right sense. So postmodernism is a common theme for all people who want to study media, culture, or communication. Yet, it's one of those misused words that we find floating around so often. And since there's so much more to postmodernism than time will allow for me to today, I will simply explain what it is, how it relates to you, and how you can use it in order to sound kind of smart. So first of all, what is postmodernism? Well, the phrase literally means after the modernist movement. And the modernist movement was characterized by a traditional, set way of doing things. So think Hitler's Germany. He had one idea that he believed should be the mainstream. And in other words, modernism kind of encouraged a united way of thought, or creating the mainstream, which was the main viewpoint that all individuals should follow. Now, on the other hand, there's postmodernism, and this was a reaction to the modernist views. And this rejected all the traditional and mainstream methods and embraced multiple methods, multiple values, and multiple trends. And there's lots of traits in our world today that reflect the postmodern movement in a lot of areas of study, such as film, science, art, politics, philosophy, and culture and media, and so many more. So now you're thinking, what does this have to do with me? Well, as a student observing different media texts, be it books, video, advertisements, or what have you, you'll be seeing a lot of different texts with postmodern traits, viewpoints, or methods. And recognizing these traits early on will help you to be able to just deconstruct these texts and criticize them later. So here are just a few examples of where you can see the different traits of postmodernism, and these are ways that you'll know that something's actually postmodern. So say, for example, if the distinction between the genre lines is kind of blurry. So in music, think of Jay-Z and Linkin Park meshing together to create a musical fusion. And this creates something new, but the distinction between the genres of rap and rock are now being blurred. Another example would be a collage of various materials and brought in together in order to make a new idea. Another example for music would be Girl Talk. He uses samples of various artists and he makes it into a different meaning. And one more example of how you can recognize postmodernism today would be the sophisticated puns or little ironic jabs at big companies that you see in advertisements. So even just an ironic old lady talking by herself, kind of walking down the street, talking by herself, and you look to the other side and she's wearing a Bluetooth set. So it's just ironic that this old lady, who may not be around when technology was made, but really she actually knows what she's doing. So these are just a few traits, and there's a lot more of postmodernism that I'm sure you'll run into along the way. And the ones that I've named today are just a few to help you recognize and point out postmodernism so you can actually use the correct word. So for now, the next time that you're reading, in class or not, look for one of these postmodern traits in a textbook near you.